Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to RedDeer.Games for the game key. Today we're going to be taking a look at My Cozy Room. It releases on June 26th. There's a Steam demo available. For more info, the link is in the description. Now let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, for Steam Deck people, gameplay is wonderful. So these are just a bunch of presets. We're going to do like a little beach style bedroom or whatever room we could pretty much theme it with beach. But these are ones that we've already done. So we play games like Unpacking, and this is already kind of fitting that vibe. And we're using Gamepad, which again, more proof that Steam Deck is a very good platform to play this game on. And we're using the bumpers. The scroll to do our different options at the top, our clutter. And right stick, moving around the world. And left stick is your cursor. And everything's a prop here in this game. So we got our clothes here, we have our window that we placed. And just kind of using this more like a little wallpaper here, kind of a little pop of color a little bit, so not everything is like dark blue. Even the football's a prop, these alphabet blocks are props. Everything here is a prop, because again, the bookshelf is empty. So guitar, everything. Yeah, it's a very fun game, very fun themed type of stuff. We're gonna look at the different color choices here, and you could change with the left D-pad and the right D-pad, you could change the room styles. So if you want to kind of do a different sort of arrangement, you could change things. Up on the D-pad, zooms in. You have like 3 zooms and it zooms you back out again. And then down, I don't really know what down does. It does like a camera thing over there on the top left. I'm not really sure what it does. But B, we'll go over here, basically use, I think it's the left stick. Yeah, the left analog stick. Change the colors around. So you're not just changing one color, it's unfortunately changing a lot of them. But I do like that orange door, so we're gonna go back to it. And for my OCD, I do like the fact that like the frame, the door frame, is white, similar to the baseboards. Like, to have those mismatching would just mess me up. So yeah, this is just like your typical boys' bedroom. And it's very pink. Very girly themed. But similar things. We arrange things differently to where now like the doors on the left side and the windows on the right. Again, this is also a selectable thing too, so we're applying that as well. Once you apply that, then you kind of get like the see-through effect of the window. Then you have your blinds. Again, you have your wallpaper. This, we opted for the whole room with wallpaper instead of like an accent wall. All these books are different sort of assets. You got these stacked ones, you got these stacked ones here. Would be nice if we're able to have color swaps on these, because there's some items that you can't have color swaps. Like the little cabinet here, the little dresser, we do have color swaps. But unfortunately, the books we do not. The candle, we don't either. Bear, we don't. The human, we don't. The door, we do. The bedding, we do. But it would be nice if we actually had a lot more color swaps for certain things, because otherwise, if you're making a very particular colored room, some objects might be a little more difficult to try to incorporate with it, even if it is something that you kind of want to fit there, just because the color doesn't work. The plant is nice. Kind of like the idea of the little hanging and droopy plant. And here's that ball again. It's almost kind of like a little, it's almost like a little thing we're trying to find in each little map. Yeah, here's your clock. Can't really see the clock from that angle because we're angling it towards her as opposed to us. So the perspective is a little skewed. These somewhat are stackable. I would put this one first, figure out what we're going to do, and then put this one on top. Otherwise, it might not layer properly. And coffee cup. I would never condone this next to a laptop. I just feel like it's bad. Might potentially spill it. Here's a book bag over here. Pretty much the game. You're just setting up rooms, just like an interior designer type of game. So here's our living room, and it's Christmas theme, because I figured just it fills out the room a lot better to kind of theme something this extreme. So you have your candy cane, your Christmas trees, your big sack of Christmas presents, a bunch of loose Christmas presents that we can just put anywhere. Again, another droopy plant because I really like the aesthetic. Here's some lights too. I do like that you actually see some of the dust and air quality issues in the room. There's cats, so we actually have animals in these ones. So you have two cats, you got a baby cat up here, and you have a big cat on the bottom. You have a little food dish for the cat, a little ball for the cat, a dog framed photo, a little redheaded girl photo. I wanted to put an elf on the shelf, but the elf is a little too large and in charge to fit up here. The Santa almost kind of works. Like, he has a flat bottom, so it kind of works there. You got a Gingy next to the Gingy house. You have records here, so like I feel like it fits the theme because there's a lot of people wearing headsets in this game. I figured they might like records. Here's an oversized, what, like, color scheme wise reminds me of GameCube, but I assume it's the TV. Here's another little desk that we kind of made it into an entertainment center. Here's a coffee table with a bunch of books, tablet. I'm thinking that's a tablet. Here's a sofa. Good day, because we kind of need some of the little generic home goods type of props in the room. Snowman. Yeah, there's a lot going on. This actually takes a good bit to do because you're kind of aligning these things within the shelf. So there's a lot going on here. And this is our laundry room. Again, everything themed. The clothes, again, I wish that the clothes had options to actually change the colors, because we can do that for the washer. I guess a washer and a dryer. There's really no specifications as to which one is which. One's more like a rounded edge and the other one's more kind of like a rougher curve, like this one that we're changing colors on now. It'd be to get out of that. Here's your ironing board, more clothes. We actually prop these inside of that as well, so if we didn't have this one here, the clothes would kind of, like the towel would sink. They'd have more difficulty trying to clip into this. So what we did is we just kind of put like a stack of clothes, which you don't really see. We'll put it inside of it. Put this on top. Lays a lot better. Like, it looks purpose there. And here we got a little rack here with a bunch of clothes. Got our iron, some spray. If it's anybody like us, we have toilet paper and paper towels as like overflow stock in our laundry room. Instead of hoarding it all in the bathrooms, we have extras over there. Here's a big broom. Yeah, I mean, this is a straightforward laundry room, but I do like the fact that there's enough clutter in using the terms of like The Sims that we're able to fill out the room. And we'll look through the different options because this is kind of like the meat and potatoes of what you're going to be doing. These are all your different options. I'm not sure how much this differs from the demo, because the demo you do get a lot of options as well. And you can usually tell when you have an option because you see, if you look at that top left quadrant of each little tile, that's kind of like your indicator as to like the color choices you have. So if you don't see that, like in the toilet paper, you don't have that option. So unfortunately, it is what it is in that sense. And I really wish a lot of these things had more color options, like the ironing board. Not everyone wants a yellow ironing board. I mean, it'd be nice if you can have like a generic white one. Hopefully something like that can be added in the future where you have different color choices for more items in here. Like maybe you want a blue brush instead of a pink one, or like a salmon looking color. So, I mean, I do like the fact that you have 3 different ironing boards. You have a folded one, you have ones with thicker rails, and you have a thinner one. It's like your more typical 70s, 80s style one. Would be nice if we had more color choices for them. And this is your cabinetry. So like your bookshelves, your just shelving units in general. Like all different styles. Your wall hanging ones, your floating shelves. Your trophy shelves if you want to. Your little step ladders. But honestly, I kind of use this as kind of like a little multi-tier deal. That's what I've been hanging my plants on for those. Here's a wooden one over here to the left. Just different aesthetic looking thing. Can't really put anybody on it, so I mean, probably can. I don't know if there's gonna be clipping issues. I just use it more as like decoration for clutter. Put things on it, like a plant or book or something, maybe towels. I think the bathroom that we have, has that. And this is my kitchen. Pretty much is decorated, just a very loud color pop in the kitchen. I don't think I would ever put this like lemon wallpaper, but I mean, I dig it. I really liked like the 70s, 80s tiling. Really nice. A lot of the orange kind of salmon looking furniture. Here's your dog and cat in this one. They're not separate. You have them combined. Now this is actually on pan. If you look here, we actually plopped it on it. So it took a little while. I think something like this I actually use the mouse for just because you're a little more exact. Same thing for this as well. So if you can see like little OCD things like this, like they're not perfectly aligned. Would be nice if things snapped, but I could see snapping be a little difficult, especially when you're kind of layering things in this isometric perspective. I can see there'd be issues if you want something a little further in than it would normally. But it would be nice if there had a snapping. Just press a button, and if you don't want to, you can disengage it, right? This kind of goes back to not having the names or blurbs of what these objects are, so I'm assuming this is a trash can. And here's your refrigerator, range hood, your uppers, your lowers, your stove, your sink here, and just more kitchen clutter, things that we've already kind of gone through. I do like that we can place these things on the makers. Like, it does a good job at just fitting in there. You don't have to worry about things clipping weird. And here's more of the little fireflies, I guess we could call them. Coming from the light, here's a window. You're kind of seeing the same effect here. Some plants here to kind of match the room theme. Here's your pets. Very cool. They're somewhat animated. Humans are kind of too. They just kind of like sway back and forth, move their heads around a little bit. And this is your bathroom, which this was another fun one to kind of decorate because we're able to fit a lot of things because they do have a tab specifically for the bathroom. So I really like the idea of having a lot of things that are themed for their area so you can kind of go wild with how you want to do things. Now, one part is I saw these two that were stacked, so like that's really cool because it's already stacked, like preset. But then the reality though is you can kind of stagger these things to make your own stack if you wanted to, because they do a very good job. As long as you're kind of starting from the bottom, you could put them anywhere, because they'll have issues if I were to try to put the top one in first, because then it'll just look weird. So, I mean, for these, you want to kind of like add from the bottom and work your way up top. Whereas the kitchen cabinetry, you kind of work from the right or the opposite side, the further away, to the closer one. Just so everything appears on top of it. If that makes any sense. And here's our close little effect that we did. Plop that in there. This fits pretty decently in there. If we wanted to, we can stack something else on top. We did the same thing here for the little tiered ladder. We have 2 rows. We have like a towel, and I think we have some shirts, maybe 2 stacks of towels. Your soap. Here's your floating shelf. And more color pops here. Mirror. Another sink. A little cup to hold our toothbrushes. A little book. With a brush for the hair. I don't know why it's so large, but it is. Here's just more room clutter. Let's make one. See how fast we can make a room. Like I said, we're gonna try to do that beach theme. So I think we're gonna decorate the room first. Try to get that vibe, and then we'll swap around the colors after. So we'll plop that there. We don't even technically need a bed in here. Not really gonna be something like that. We'll just decorate this as if we were outside. Because I don't think we can technically make an outside. Everything has to be inside. So we're gonna need something for like a towel on the floor. We don't want to get too crazy with top layer stuff because we might have an issue later on clipping stuff. See, like if we put it here, it's just gonna clip awkwardly. So how to fix this is just kind of move this out of the way. Move this. Yeah, I think we're fine there. Let's see now what kind of fits better. Pop out there. And, is there a cooler? Anything that we can add? Oh, that's nice. A plant with a boot. Here. And we'll put it here on the ground. Put this on the opposite side. Oh, wrong button. This one here in case someone wants to lounge. Like a little basket, I assume. Little fancy hat. Put a hat here at the bottom. I think this one might have an issue. It's just for some reason. It's like it's clipping. We'll put it here. We could always find a more appropriate rug. So this is not technically a beach appropriate rug. We'll see if we come across something else. See if we find like a towel. Alright, so these are record discs. Your records and rugs. Or like animal rugs. Maybe put like where they're like your dog and cat. Now, is there anything here? This looks like a beach towel. I mean, it still has the little ruffle things in the corners. Try to avoid those if at all possible. There you go. That's a little better. One fits a little nicer. Yep, see? Now it clips fine. The other one was just not the appropriate one, you know? Didn't work out right. What about this one? Yeah, it's a little ruffle. It would be nice if we could change the colors. I mean, it is what it is. This one here, I'm assuming they would probably want it at their feet. I don't think they would necessarily want it underneath them. But let's see what color options we got here, choice-wise. See if we can make something like beach sand. I don't know if that's going to be an option. Would be cool, though. I mean, the closest we could probably do would be like a wood floor. Yeah, I don't see it here, so we could just do like a wood floor like they're on a deck or something. Now, what kind of inspired me was like these like wallpapers here. We'll grab this one. And how does it look with two of them? And I do like this. I think that's actually not terrible. Very much a beach vibe. What else can we grab and put here? Probably make a stack of towels. That there. We'll get a pink one. Not sure why that's not clipping right. There we go. Well, sort of. Yeah, I'm not sure why these are not stacking right. Grab another one. There. What else can we put here to kind of fill out the vibe? There a particular bag that we can put here? I don't know. If it didn't look so rigid, I would consider putting that there. Definitely gonna put these. What else can we do? Put a radio. I'm assuming that's a radio, not an alarm clock. Plop that there. Now I know a lot of people who do read when they go to the beach. They'll take a book. Seeing what else we can actually add to this. I think for the most part, this is probably as much detail as we're going to be able to do. I don't know if we want to add this. I feel like this would just be too much clutter. I do like that you see the shadows. I don't know if you could see them. You kind of see the shadows there. I really like that. And it looks like it changes. That's kind of cool. You see them overlapping. Yeah, well, that's fun. We'll do that. Even though it's a lot of orange. What else can we do? It's more like Halloween things and Easter. Don't know if we want to add any of that. Yeah, it's just a bunch of random things. Add a drink here. I love the fact that like I just grab something randomly and it's always like the same color as a towel. It's like, okay, my luck, right? I did the same thing with the table over here. I'm like, oh, that's a cool little table. We could probably put it outside like a patio furniture, beach clutter. And then I look and it's like similar to the same color as the towel. And yeah, this umbrella stand, the same color as the beach chair and the towel. Again, my luck. But yeah, anyway, guys, this is my cozy room. Thank you to RedDeer.Games for the game key. There is a Steam demo available. This is pretty much it, man. If you like what you see, you can wishlist it today. This is very fun. You could just as creative as you are. I really wish they added a lot of other items, but I mean, this is one heck of a head start. You can get a lot done in what's given to you here. But I mean, there's also so much more room for improvement. Hopefully they add a lot more things. But yeah, as always, we'll catch you in the next one.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.